Hey guys, got a little video here. This is about a C3 5.5-inch trim saw, and I just recently built a 24 by 32 building, and this little saw did all the cuts of this building except for the header, or not the header, the gable end OSB. Basically, I laid the trusses down on the floor, and I cut, both ends worth of OSB at the same time. So this little saw couldn't, possibly cut. I think I had 3 sheets together at one point, but I couldn't do that. And then the posts going into the ground all the way around the perimeter. This building's set on posts, kind of like a pull building or a deck. And even a full size, 7 1/4 circular saw, I had to go all the way around and then break it off, and it was like a little piece in the middle that I had to kind of shave off with the saw. So this saw couldn't do that, but every board in this place, besides some of the OSB, an 8-foot board or a 10-foot board, there's always like 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch on the end that needs cut off. So this little saw does 2-bys of any kind. It'll cut them really good. It doesn't like ripping stuff very well. It will, but it just seems like it uses so much more battery, or it overheats the batteries. But yeah, this little saw here built the whole thing. I kind of made a point to try to use it for everything. Battery capacity. The compact batteries they went about 20-some cuts, 28, 26 cuts. Say cutting a 2x6. Cutting a 2x6. And of course, cutting a 2x10 or whatever, maybe 18 or so. The usage of it, pretty much like, say you cut a 2x6 and you go and it's a one-man job and you're mounting it in, and then you go back and cut another one. These batteries will hold up to that, but a lot of continuous use of the saw, these will overheat and shut off, and then later on they'll cool down and come back on. It's just, these batteries work great on a drill. You can run a lot of 3-inch screws in with it. And there's a lot of use for these batteries, but some other things are just not up to par with. As far as ripping 1/2-inch OSB with them, you might get through 2 sheets, an 8-foot length, and the battery's actually pretty dead. After cutting an 8-foot length. The other batteries, I don't have the XPC battery. I don't have one of them, but I got a double height one. There's a lot more power availability on cutting anything with this battery, and basically you get probably twice the use out of it. If I buy any more batteries, I think I'm going to go for these. Really, they work so much better on the grinder and everything. It's just this thing here will knock over one of them compact batteries in minutes. A lot of times which I made another video of, is this. It was a charger, but now it's you put batteries in it for output, and then you have this is your plug. And there's a lot of good uses for this, using that grinder. But one of the things I've kind of discovered with it is I used a pretty decent cord, a nice braided cord, and it's not very long. It might be 3 foot and some change, but you lose amperage through it. So even though you put 4 batteries in there, the grinder don't run as well as, say, you put the double stack battery in it. So there is some faults with this tool, and there's also some good things with it. Just to be able to use the compact batteries whatsoever with that grinder. But it makes it so you can, I can run it for quite a while with it. But I'm having a lot of fun collecting the C3 tools, and I really like them. If you own any of the C3 tools and you have a NiCad battery and you're not very impressed with your tool because of the battery, I tell you, you go to the lithium batteries, you're going to be way more pleased with the tool. And I can say, in a lot of instances, some of these tools actually outperform or perform as well as some of the bigger money ones. But anyway, this video, I guess, I'm getting kind of off subject. It's mostly about this little saw. Another thing I kind of like about this saw versus another, they have another model of it. The battery kind of like goes on the back. That uses, it seems like it's a lot more space and more bulky. This one here kind of goes on the side, so it's, you imagine your battery sticking out here. It's still a really compact thing, and it came in handy a lot because, like, I could do a cut over here and then go all the way over on the other side of the building and do a cut, and it was just so handy. And it worked really well actually with the compact batteries, cutting off, the 1/4 and 3/8 inches of, off of the end of a board. I could get a lot of cuts for, as long as it wasn't continuous. It was off and on. But all right, well, thanks for watching and commenting, and we'll see you guys later.